So the Niners are a bit of an enigma. On the one hand, they're a team with a clear identity, run first, that gets away from that idea at the weirdest times, like in this last game. But then in the same game, when they're in this pass-happy mode, they get in a situation at the end of the first half, got the ball about a minute and 20 left. They have a quarterback who's making $27 million, a quarterback on the bench that they spent 3 first-round picks on, a game plan that's pass first, and all of a sudden they lose their nerve, run out the clock on themselves, go into halftime without trying to really move the ball down the field. They did the same thing in the Super Bowl. It makes no freaking sense. Explain that one to me.
I honestly feel it's Kyle Shanahan's lack of confidence in Jimmy Garoppolo. In his mind, so there is the trade-off. If there's not enough time left in the half, we're talking like 30 seconds or so. You don't risk a pick six or some ridiculous fumble. You say, hey, this is where we are, and unless we're at midfield, we're not trying any plays. But when you have that much time, did they have 2 timeouts at the point?
Yes, they had timeouts.
Yeah, they had timeouts, and there was plenty of time, and it's definitely worth a shot to the end zone. I honestly feel it's 100% Kyle Shanahan gets emotionally annoyed when he sees Jimmy Garoppolo do things that he doesn't like, and he literally takes the game out of Jimmy's hands. The point you're making, when you pay a quarterback that much, doesn't matter if he stinks. You have to play him, and you have to play with him, and you have to continue.
Get a cheaper quarterback.
20 seconds is a long time. Aaron Rodgers did a whole lot more damage to us in less time in Santa Clara. So the point is, there's plenty of time to get a field goal, and that's all they. And they lost by a field goal.
They lost by 3.
By the score, I felt there's no way the Titans defense can, if they just go back to what they did in the first quarter, they can't stop them. If you start passing, the thing is, they only hit George Kittle when he's wide open. Why don't they throw him contested throws? I wish they would throw more of those. Let these guys make a play. And it's because Kyle Shanahan knows Jimmy always misses by this much or this much. And they just have no confidence in his ability to throw like a quarterback.
Sybil, I just don't understand why the Niners are so invested in the quarterback position. You got one guy making $27 million, the other guy taking up 3 first-round picks, and they want to run the ball. What they want the quarterback to do is hand off to the running back. And when it's time for the quarterback to be a quarterback and lead the offense down the field, Kyle's like, nah, we don't do that. Then why are you spending all this capital and money on quarterbacks? What you should do is do what the Patriots do and just spend as little as possible and beef up on every other position, including running back, and play the way you want to play. If you're this invested in quarterback, you got to trust them, man. You got to trust them. One of them. There's 2 that you're invested in. Trust one of them. Otherwise, get rid of both and bring in someone who's like a 2nd-round pick like Jalen Hurts, who's making like, $800,000 a year, and say like, you know what, you're just 1 of 11, man. Don't worry about it. You're just another player. The Niners are such a mixed message in every sense of the phrase. I don't get it.
Yeah, I was listening to other analysts' opinions over the weekend. It was Skip Bayless, I believe it was, who basically said at this point they can't play Trey Lance as a starter because you're looking at the playoffs. It's a guaranteed playoff spot for the most part. But he wishes that they played him from the beginning. And the point is, why lose so much capital and spend so much money and not use both of them at least, but just to use one and then not trust him? Yeah, it's absolutely a good point. The Patriots have built their team by having basically excellent mediocrity, and that's what Mac Jones is, at least at this point in his career, and then elite around the horn, basically. So it's the Patriots have an unusual formula over there, but when you can spread the money around, it works.
The last thing about this, though, that I don't get with Kyle is like you take the ball out of Jimmy's hands at the end of the first half. You don't go for it. You show no confidence in your quarterback. But inevitably, you got to go back to him in the fourth quarter. You give him a vote of no confidence at the end of the first half, and then what happens at the end of the second half in the Super Bowl? It's all him. He stinks. You lose. Well, maybe if you'd shown him some confidence in the end of the first half, built some confidence, he would have done better. And then in this year, he's been actually really good at the end of halves and games. So I just don't understand. It seems like Kyle Shanahan has his own mental block going on right here. I can't blame Jimmy for this. That was on Kyle.
Yeah, the play calling was terrible. The getting away from the bread and butter of the 49ers, that's why I say it's not all Jimmy Garoppolo's fault. He didn't execute, but what was asked of him was basically, hey, go out and do what we know you will do. And he did it.
Yeah.
No reason to give him the ball.
Noe GQ Pena says, I got a Jimmy G bobblehead for Christmas and the head fell off already. Someone telling me something?
I think you tore it off.
I think you tore it off. 88.9. What's up? Rob says Shanahan limited by Garoppolo's abilities. Yes, but Shanahan's already also limited by his own strange decision making. Like at times.
Yeah, I don't understand why Shanahan gets away from what makes him look good.
Dude, run the ball. Yeah, you have a limited quarterback. We all agree with that. Run the ball. Don't beat yourself. Easy Tino says Trey Lance has to be the quarterback. What AJ Jenkins was to wide receivers, because if he's not, then this year makes no damn sense. Yeah, the only way this year makes sense is if Trey Lance is really awful, terrible, and I didn't see that.
Well, remember what Fred Warner said. He doesn't think so.
Nope, and he was a scout team player of the month.
By the way, Fred Warner, just like John Lynch, don't open your mouth because I just quoted you.
That's right.